Good day, strategy gamers, and welcome back to episode 65 of our Let's Play series, Stalingrad to Berlin, Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. Going to be wrapping up turn 34 in this episode, continuing on through July 8th, 1943, and doing the second half of our ground movement phase in the southern half of our front. Quick little housekeeping notes. Please remember to check out our Gary Grigsby War in the West content that's now publishing on Fridays if you have an interest in other Gary Grigsby games or would like to see some of my playthrough of the Western Theater. That's been going quite well. It's interesting and nice to mix it up. As a reminder, we'll continue looking at Gary Grigsby games, eventually getting to Gary Grigsby's War in the Pacific as well, probably either later this fall or sometime like that, as these War in the East scenarios start to wrap up and close down a little. Also worth noting, and I'd actually missed this last week, but last Friday we had our 100th video on the channel, and just want to take that as a moment to truly extend a thank you to everyone who's been watching the channel, watching the videos, providing the support through the comment sections and such. Means a great deal, and couldn't have done it without the interaction of the community around these videos that you guys bring as well. So just wanted to go back in time a little there and thank you guys for that, and really appreciate all the support. Housekeeping stuff aside, let's go kick the Axis butt and march on to Berlin as quickly as we can. I think we're going to try to set this goal of just how early in 1944 can we actually win, get to Berlin, right? I want to see how quickly can we do that. Can we get to Berlin before the historical D-Day even happens? That's what we're looking to see, if we can do something like that. So let's get right to it. We left off around Aryol, and really an important note here is just that, you know, this section of the front from just north of Aryol down to Kursk is by far the most fortified region that they have, and let's just highlight that real quick. They have the 23rd Panzer, they have the 16th and the 20th Panzer Grenadier Divisions, which appear to be almost full strength. They also have the 7th Panzer Division, they have the 20th Panzer Division, it's split up, but it's still here. The 11th Panzer Division, the Totenkopfestes Panzer Grenadier Division, and the 3rd SS Estonian Brigade. So they really have done a good job of solidifying this part of the front. And when we look at the historical dates, we will see that, right, we are actually behind in this part, right? Like, historically, Kursk was retaken in February of 1943. So we're already 5 months late on taking Kursk, and we're probably not going to get it until August by the time everything's said and done. So they've done a really good job of defending this part of the front, and I think that's kind of been a consequence of us diverting so many resources towards the push on Riga and capturing and pushing south near Rostov more quickly than probably would have been anticipated. So well done to the Axis in this section of the front. I'm going to leave most of this alone. Going to let this unit stand refit for another turn. One thing that I did note, though, is we actually still have rail lines that are unrepaired here. So if the HQs don't get out there and fix that themselves, which it looks like they're making an attempt to down here, we might have to divert one of our rail repair units to come up here and solve this, because this is a bit of a crossroads. So right now, everything that's moving east-west along the front lines, it has to go north through Tula, actually, instead of just being able to cut through here, saving on what must be, I don't know, 10, 12 hexes worth of travel by going up and through Tula. So that's pretty significant. We want to get this repaired as quickly as we can. Back to the action here, though. Let's look at how we can kind of address Kursk. The north side of Kursk does look pretty well fortified. I think we're going to put pressure on this hex right here, just to push them back a little, get the Totenkopfestes Panzer Grenadier Division a little worried. So let's see how we can best do that. And let's take the 74th Rifle Division forward. And then we will take the 10th Rifle Corps. You know, let's actually see, can I build these up to a core? I can. So now we can take them here. They are unready though, so actually I should bring them back. So that was more movement that I've wasted than I should have, but we're good now. I'm gonna look to see if we can assign some support units here to help these guys. We don't have anything in stock, as they say. Here we do have a heavy tank regiment. We also have a tank brigade. I think we're going to attach the 34th Tank Brigade to that unit. And then up here, let's see if this Guards Rifle Division, they already have a tank brigade assigned. This tank corps, we can attach to that the heavy guards tanks. Let's do that. And then this rifle division already has an anti-tank. Okay, but we're going to use these 3 stacks here to try to push through. We certainly have enough odds to do so. We were successful. We lost 26 armor, more than I would have liked, but we continue to put the pressure now on these guys. And then when we're looking at the line here, they really started to fortify just outside of Kursk. So kudos to them, they did a good job there. So what we're going to have to do is try to go south and around, because really this is the area of opportunity for us. So what I'm going to do is take this entire stack and have them attack south here. It is 3-to-1 odds, so we should be okay. And we were not, probably because of the fortifications they had. But they're down, and they don't have those fortifications anymore. So what we're going to do is take the cavalry unit and this tank corps, and we're going to have them attack again. They held once more. Okay, well, we're going to push through here, I guess. Oh, these guys are unready. We're going to do it. Alright, so that retreated them. I really didn't want them to fortify again, so I felt like we had to do that. Now I'm going to take... that rifle division's on refit, so that's no good. Let's take this guards rifle division down here. Do a little bit of a shuffle, as we like to do. This 55th Guards Rifle Corps can come south. And we'll take this guards unit down here. That's starting to get too far from the HQ, so we'll leave that. So we've got 3... bring you while they're on refit, I suppose. So good enough here, here we're at 9. So that's not quite good enough if they counterattack, but I don't think they will because they're in a defensive position right now. And then what we'll do is take probably this rifle division forward. Then we'll set the tank corps to reserve. We'll set the rifle corps to refit. Alright. Now, back here the forward line is kind of lagged a little, but we see this open space in front of us, so we're just going to try to push as strongly as we can here. And I'm going to try to work from the south to the north as much I can. So we're going to use these guys to attack here. Oh, they had some extra units committed to the defense, so they held. Now we'll push through these guys. That was successful. We'll move forward there. We're going to attack again. Panzer Division was committed. Okay, very well. We're going to keep going. That is the name of the game here. So we're going to have these guys attack south. That was successful. Now move them forward. Have them attack again, I think. Let's have them attack here. They managed to hold. This unit will attack south. That was plenty. They can come up. Here we'll come forward. Let's look to see where we can. See if there's any support units to help. That anti-tank regiment's not going to do us too much there. Nothing here. Part of the front, that's not good. Need to assign you. So let's do that. We'll put you in the 60th Army. So we're going to attack here. Rout at both of their infantry elements. So that's really good. Really wish there was a way I could keep attacking here. Maybe move you forward and do that. Yeah, let's do that. Panzer Division. Once again, that darn Panzer Division. Curses. Okay. Well, we'll keep advancing here. I don't know how far I want to move forward with this armor, so for now we're just going to put him here. Actually, we're going to have him come up here and attack. There we go. Finally broke through. You go again. Let's do it. Ah, more units committed. We got too aggressive there. We won, but we just got too aggressive. So now, this rifle corps is on refit. We can certainly take them off. And then we're going to bring them up to the front here. I think I want them more north to help with the push on Kursk from the south. This HQ can move forward. That's the Voronezh front. This guy I'm going to move forward. What I'd really wanted to do was to have cut off their line here. Can I still do that, maybe? Yeah, there we go. So we got the depot too. So now if this guy retreats, he's going to have to go through here. I don't know that he's going to be able to. So let's even bring... Yeah, let's bring this tank corps down here. There we go. That's looking good. We can bring you down too. I know you're on refit, but I'm going to take you off. Because we've got some opportunity here now. So we managed to capture the depot, that guards unit, it looks like. So really, really well done there. If I go push further here onto Kursk, do I reinforce a little? I think I bring them up here. Put the pressure on this unit. Don't think there's any way that that 246th Infantry Division is going to escape this, which is good maneuvering on our part. Excellent. So we probably have lots of rail here. Yeah, look at that. So there's a lot of opportunity here too. We're advancing faster than our supply lines can keep up. It's a little bit like 41 is the German player. Here we're going to take the 6th Army, and they're going to come and kind of fill in this gap here in the line. We'll have this guy come furthest north. Okay, and this rifle brigade. Don't know if I want to push there. I'm just going to come up here for now. Yeah, okay. 6th Army, artillery can go there. HQ can go there. This rifle division. Perfect. 6th Army Rifle Division will bring up here. So we're just about to Belgorod. Don't quite have enough to get there though. 5th Guards Army and 2nd Guards Army. So 2nd Guards Army will kind of be here to the south, I think. So let's move you here. 2nd Guards Army, you can come up here. Gonna take both of you off of refit. Don't feel like that's needed anymore. Let's have you come right up here, I think. And then these motorized units. Let's see. Let's actually have them come into the city here. That mechanized corps is certainly going to be able to handle that, and then we get an opportunity to press against their HQ here too. Units in reserve. That's too bad. Okay. Another mechanized unit. Maybe we can't break through and do that though. Let's try it again. It got closer that time, but not quite. We can do one last push. Let's see. Nope. So they're gonna hold on. Okay, well, that's alright. You are unready, so let's just get you back off the line for a minute. You're supposed to be up here anyways. Yes, let's just take you north here. You're part of the 3rd Guards, so we need to start taking the 3rd Guards. Having them fill up the line here. 3rd Guard. See, do I come into the city? I think I will. Oh, I moved with the wrong unit. Actually, no, because I can have the 5th Guards come up there. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So, 3rd Guards Army, I'm just going to move that HQ up here. This rifle division will move here. I think that was all that was... No, we have one more unit from the 3rd Guards here. Going to move them up here. Because there's threat of counterattack here from Kharkov. So that should lessen that threat. Set these guys to reserve. And we'll have you all help here. You can come into the front of Kharkov. We'll have this stack start to look at how we get south of Kharkov. These 2 units can come up here. Yeah. So let's do the artillery here. Set them to reserve. HQ will move up. Got one more unit here. Have you come up and go on reserve. Have you come here. So the 5th Guards Army is going to be the leading on the assault here of Kharkov with support from the 3rd Guards Army, which is going to be a little north. South we have the 2nd Guards Army, which is over here. They're going to keep filling out this line in their advance. So 2nd Guards Army come right up here, I think. Yeah, we'll have to bring up that tank unit now. So that gets us to 5. We need more. 2nd Guards Rifle Corps. You are unready, are you kidding me? Now we're at least at 9. So the weak point's right here. So we can take this rifle division down there. Bring up the artillery and have them go on reserve. We are cooking. We are cooking. Okay. Now south here, I'm going to have the 44th Army fill in the line here. Emphasis by these panzer divisions. So we're going to take the rifle corps to that hex. Oh, we can't make it. Okay. That rifle corps can, though. So that gets me up to 14, which is good. This rifle brigade comes down. That rifle corps can make it there. And we have a rifle division. I think we'll have you come up here. 44th Army HQ moves up. And then the 7th Guards Army comes here. And what we're doing is we're having this pivot, right, where every army moves just a little bit south. And then as a result, we're going to be pushing more units to the south here to extend our front line north of Crimea and west by Odessa. It's kind of the thought here. So the 7th Guards, let's see. Let's take you here. They would like to get to that hex, but I don't know if I have anything that can get there. The naval unit can. Let's do it. Over here for 7th Guards, this rifle division can. I have one more? I don't think we do. Not that's ready, at least. So we'll just start moving some of these guys up. Oh good, so you can come down here. You can as well. It gets us up to 12. This is against the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division. Yeah, let's bring you here. There we go. This is going quite well. Oh, shoot, that's the 5th Guards. I thought I'd click the HQ here. Let's take you south here. So that gets us to 8. That should be good enough. So 6 Guards Army. I'm having a thought now. Do I want to keep pushing south with each of these armies? Do I maybe take the 6 Guards Army and have them come north here for the pushes on Kharkov and Kursk? No, I think I keep having everything come south. I think that's the best play we've got. So given that, let's take the tank corps we've got here. Move him down here. This rifle division comes there. Cavalry corps, I want right up here next to that. Großdeutschland. This rifle division will come here. Same with this rifle division. And this rifle division. Gets us up to 12, which is plenty. These 2 rifle divisions I think we'll have come south here. The artillery comes here on reserve. HQ comes down. And then that accounts for 6 Guards Army. Back here we have the 58th Army. So let's take this entire stack, just move them south here. There we go. The stack of 2 comes down here. And the HQ comes up. This has a much smaller army. The 51st Army is down here. So we'll take these 2 units, move them south here. This Rifle Division comes up. And these 2 Rifle Divisions... Well, okay, we'll do this one comes up. You can come down here. Just don't quite have enough to extend the line there. So we'll just do what we can, pushing the troops a little here in terms of their movement points, exhausting all of them. And we see here that we've got the HQ's rail repair units doing a diligent job around Stalino trying to connect all of this, so that's good news. This artillery got left behind, so we'll bring them up. Back here we have the 57th Army, so we'll slot them in right here. Let's first use that mechanized unit. Oh. How excited I get when I see that. Here. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Let's see. Do I try to cut off that Panzer Division, or do I try to go here, capture the city? We're going to be bold. We're going to try to capture that city. Okay, so there was something there. So this was all part of the 57th Army. So now I just want to get my units up there as close as I can with the 57th Army. Let's see. A couple more to go here. Come up there. Army HQ's there. Then we're going to use the 46th Army to fill in this gap in the line. So that's all taken care of there. And now we've got like these rifle corps, which I think we use to try to get up here. Can I attack with you? No, I can't. So let's move you here. And let's have you attack. So that retreated them. Now what I'm wondering about is, can I get forward past them at all? I can. So we'll try to keep a connection of troops here. They're not going to make it there. But, okay, we can at least bring this guy up. Set him to ready. And do I dare attack here? I don't think I can. Not successfully, at least. Bring you there. You can come over here. Start piling in. This unit goes to refit status. Then this rifle division comes up here and goes to reserve. There we go. Our HQ comes up. We'll put the routed unit on the HQ too. Here we have the 65th Army. So I think what we're going to do is leave these guys here. And we're going to just push the rest of the line up, and then we'll figure out what do we want to do with these guys. I think that makes sense. So let's just keep going with the next army here. These guys had taken the city in the previous turn. Let's move them forward, and we're going to keep attacking here. Just going to push as many of them back as I can. right along the Dnieper River here in this defensive area, where in our 1941 scenario we got a lot going on there right now. Bring up the airborne unit more north. Bring up the HQ more north. The answer is to go around, not through here. There we go. You're part of the 28th Army too. Let's attack there. Oh, 24th Romanian Infantry Division was defending, so that was unsuccessful. Alright. Then we have the 9th Army here, which I think we can start moving up with. Yeah, let's cut in behind them here. That's some good stuff. So they probably won't be able to work out of that. This airborne unit, are you good to go yet? Looks like you are. You come up there to help. Some of these areas that we don't have great troop readiness, we're going to have to go a little more slowly than we otherwise would. That should be okay there. Alright. Alright. Move up this HQ a little. So I'm wondering if I just let these guys lower their fatigue, build up their combat prep, and, you know, just kind of give them a turn behind the lines to get a little R&R, you know. I think I'm going to do that. We will bring them all forward a little bit, though, for the eventual use of pushing out of this pocket with them. I'm just going to move everything forward to be ready for that. So that's all done. This is one of my rail repair units. So obviously I want to try to keep working on connecting all of this to the port. Repair there. Then I think here I want to go down to the port, and then we'll come back up in the next turn and go to Stalino. He's got 2 to do there, and he can go north. That at least connects these ports a little bit. That'd be good. Okay. Excellent. Really put them under pressure here, right? They might try to pull back in time, but I don't know if they'll be able to because of the zone of control and movement that we've got there. Further south, we'll take some units like this guy, move forward, and kind of challenge the line. Because I don't want them thinking that they just have kind of a free pass of, hey, that unit can hold all those forces. So now I'm going to take this rifle corps and attack again. 3rd Mountain Division was committed. Wow, okay. See how it is. Let's do this again. 1st Hungarian Armor was committed. Are you kidding me? Okay. Very good then. Very good. Here we'll start pushing through a little. So this gets us to 44 against their 23. If I take... I think I might just go around them, honestly. I think that makes more sense. Go around their units. Here we're going to have these units that we have brought in as reinforcements. They're all going to continue their march kind of towards our... Yeah, excuse me guys, excuse me. They're going to continue their march towards Odessa to continue pushing open this frontier. Because right now I'm feeling very vulnerable right here. So I think what we might do is take like this airborne unit down. Try to prevent that from being overwhelmed. Just overall, we could probably then take like this rifle brigade back here to the city just in case, you know? Just in case. And for the most part, I'm just going to hold in a lot of these areas. I'm going to attack here, though. Oh, I feel like I've had this happen before. My goodness. Corps versus a brigade, and they held out. That time they routed, though, because they didn't have the fortification level, is really what it all came down to. So at least that pushed them back a little. Here, this unit now, right, we're starting to look a little spread out. Take this guy forward. Take him forward. One of these tank corps come up here too. It's fair to say, let's just pull him back. Set this guy to reserve. Wondering if I don't come south with you. Well, we'll leave that for now. I want to pull him back actually because of the supply situation. He has 11% supply, 20% fuel. I think I really should. Okay, there we go. Quite a bit happening, guys. Quite a bit happening. Here's another one of our rail repair units. This guy I'm going to take north to fill in these gaps. Okay. So that's going to then connect this line, which connects to this line. Yeah, so in another turn we're going to have Stalino connected all the way down to the Crimea via rail line, which is a fantastic milestone for us. That's really good stuff. Okay. Already did the rail repair guys up by Riga in our last episode. So looking at all of this, let's just take a look at our reserve units and see what we got here. The mechanized units, 80%. Armor units, we don't really have anything that's ready to go. We don't have any infantry units either. Okay, well, not too much to be said there then. Maybe some of our other fronts are a little too high in their units devoted, but it really doesn't look like it. I mean, they're a little high, but not enough for us to go and start changing a whole bunch of stuff there. So I think what we're going to do is just AI manage depots and then go ahead and end the turn and see what the Axis player comes back at us with. Not too much to do at the end there. We're not really in the need to have a bunch of reserves come in anyways. I don't want to build any new units right now because, well, building new units at this point is just going to really hurt the number of understrength units I'm trying to get men to. If you remember from the previous end of turn summary, and we'll see it again here in a couple minutes, we really do have an issue with understrength units right now. I mean, the entire south half of our front, we have many rifle divisions that are below 7,000 men, when really we want those numbers to be around 9,000 and 10,000. So those are measurable decreases that we want to, instead of saying, okay, we have, let's just make this up, 20 rifle divisions for all of our men from the frontier to load into boxcar trains, come to the front and replenish the front lines in those 20 units, right? That's one scenario. Or you take the same number of replacement men and say, okay, spread yourselves out across 100 rifle divisions. The consequence there then is that you never really end up with what you eventually do, but you do not quickly end up with fighting forces that are combat effective and at full strength. You'd rather take the 20, say, rifle divisions that are at full enough strength that we can use them for well, progressive offensive operations while we have the enemy on the back hill, instead of waiting for slowly all of these 20 different divisions to slowly build up their supply. Going through the area execution phase here for the Axis, just doing recon again, by the sounds of it at least. So we'll let them go ahead and do that. This has been going very well. July 15th, 1943. If we could win and take Berlin in the next calendar year of the game, that's incredible. In my eyes, I mean, I know for others that victory in this scenario might not seem that great, but this is really the first. By far, this is the longest I've ever played any Gary Grigsby game, and the most devoted I've been to any of the scenarios. So, certainly, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So they've got this unit encircled. They're trying to resupply via air resupply. They counterattacked us. I don't see where that is, but they've been unsuccessful twice now. Wonder if they're trying to get out of this pocket somewhere. Oh, yeah, okay. So that's what they were trying to do. That time they were very successful. We lost almost 4,000 men and 80 armor. So it looks like they broke out of the pocket, but I don't know that they're going to get all of their units out in time. This is just down south by Kursk. Yeah, so we're getting some pretty consistent counterattacks here from the Axis. I haven't seen this in a while, but it's good to see. It's good to see them staying so lively across the front lines, not just in one or two concentrated locations. Okay. Yeah, so in total now, this pocket, we have lost 300 armor and 6,000 men. Well, 7,000 men in trying to close off that pocket. So that was not a successful operation by any stretch of the imagination. But we gave it a try because there was a high risk, high reward type of situation. And it's important to remember in that circumstance too, that even though we ended up getting our butts kind of kicked and we lost a lot of men in the operation, we did force the enemy into doing an action that we wanted, instead of them exerting all of their movement points, all of their troops' energies and supplies on retreating, which is really what they probably wanted to do. So we successfully kind of changed their behavior with that encirclement. They're really, my goodness, this is like 20 counterattacks now we've seen across the front. And they've won more than half of them. Wow. It's getting a little scary here. Keep holding, guys. Keep holding. This is kind of, I think, one of the last comments I saw were like, this was the last breath or something like that of Army Group North. And that's a very fair description of the situation for them. Especially once we get to Tallinn here and they have really no resupply coming in at all. But right now they're probably still getting some from the port and then going on rail cars to the front. And I don't even have to get to Tallinn, actually. I just need to cut off the Narva River to cut that off. But looks like they're probably done with their counterattacks now. That was very aggressive of them. I'm honestly a little impressed by the AI there. Probably had 10, 15 victories against us, and probably, I don't know, we probably lost 40,000 men across all of them. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. But it's getting to the end of their turn now, and then we'll go through our logistics phase and recap the end of turn summary. We'll skip past their air resupplies they've got there, though. One year. I think we can do it, guys. I think we can get to Berlin before the next year. Before one more year. Don't think we'll get there by December because of the winter conditions, but although, I say that, but the interesting thing that we're going to start experiencing in the next couple of months is that as we get into really what is kind of like East Prussia, Poland, all of that, um, you start to see a little bit of an improvement in things like the supply situation because, interestingly, right, it's that all of the roads they have there are of really good quality, right? So when it rains and it gets muddy, it doesn't impact them nearly the same way that it impacts the entire Russian theater that we've been fighting in to date. So that is an interesting dynamic as we keep pressing into Germany, that we might see a little bit of an acceleration of the pace at which we can keep our frontline units resupplied. Um, so it'll be kind of cool to see that happen. And almost to the end of the logistics phase. All right. Let's see what the summary says. So, 60,000 men lost, 1,200 guns, 680 armor, and 170 airframes. We saw pretty much we were just flat net change in men. Positive 200 guns, negative 125 armor, negative 200 airframes. The Axis lost 12,000 men in total, 370 guns. They're positive 160 armor, which is a surprising number to me. They're positive 65 airframes. We see that we have 70 units on low supply, and this is what I was speaking to earlier in the simulation of the opponent's turn, is that we have 143 units under strength. I mean, that's probably a third of all of our units are under strength, and 57 are unready. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, well, let's see the events. So here we start to see long-range raids from the RAF over different parts of Europe. And then we have a lot of detail around the 8th Air Force raids and the 9th Air Force, which started to attack from Libya. So really getting a mixture of things going on here. And then Soviet partisans continue their work behind enemy lines. That should do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, your continued support of the channel, and as I always say, of this fantastic game and the series it represents. If you got any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave them in the comments section below. And as always, strategy gamers, hoping you have yourselves an excellent day. Bye now.